All right, good night, guys. Welcome everybody to Ireland fans. We missed out on Monday, but we're here again tonight, and we have. Let me just not talk to Memphis yet. Let me go first to the Prem champion. You have the Prem champions more. How is feeling?
I am the champion, so I need to go first over there.
All right, yeah.
Ah,
Sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that, sir.
ah.
Let me just adjust this. Let me just
Thank you.
adjust that.
Shaka.
I mean, Pemberton, I would move you, but me just bang you, so you can't talk to me. Me
Okay,
and
okay,
Jamal.
okay,
So
okay,
you tap
okay.
right down there for now.
I
I'm gonna
think
give
that's where
you,
you are right now.
I'm gonna give you your
Right
respect. I'm
down
gonna give you
there.
your respect. I'm gonna give you your respect. You're good. Yeah, Moy, how you feel? Champions again.
Feeling good. It's good to see that United giving us the title again. They being the cause of City winning the title again. From yet another set piece header, if I'm correct, it's feel good. Now finally focus on the Champions League now.
All right, okay. Memphis, we have to say here. Why do you need two centre backs? Because let me just jump straight into it because Memphis stick.
Yeah.
Look to yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. I jumped to Memphis when you come back. Pemberton,
Yeah.
nice of you to join us. Finally, we get you on the show live. Talk to me. How about what happened this weekend? Not this weekend. Well, what happened yesterday? If it's just yesterday.
Man, I really don't know. It was just a classic Chelsea performance where we had the chances and never take them, and then one mistake and we couldn't get back into the game.
Mm. All right, Jamal. That's the way you saw it.
Yes, I do think like everyone's been saying as well. First 15 minutes Arsenal were on top of the game. Pressed high, got to a goal and then sit back and then Chelsea just couldn't take their chance. You see the Kai Havertz miss and a couple other chances which we defended off the line. So yeah, I'd say they had their chances but just couldn't take them. We were fortunate enough
Yeah,
to take ours and then sit back and
yeah. I mean, fair enough. We defended very well, in my opinion. We had to. We
yeah.
held them out. Chelsea gave us a goal, and we held out. But let me stay with more. Let's talk a bit of Man City because yes, City ran through the Premier League, but it wasn't a smooth start for them. After the 5-2 loss to Leicester, I think most people were writing City off. Moy, what happened after that game to make you the champions now?
Well, I think Ruben Diaz is what happened. After we signed Ruben Diaz, things just started to turn. It probably might not be him, or it is signing him would could be the cause. But I think signing Ruben Diaz also he has helped the defense massively, and we have seen a reassurance in the defensive aspect of Manchester City also. So I think that just played another favoritism for us in going stronger.
All right, okay. Jamal, they say you're an
Yeah.
undercover City fan, so I believe you can jump in here. How much credit does Pep deserve? Or do you see it as a 50-50, halfway Pep, halfway the players? How much credit does Pep deserve?
Uh I'd say he deserves maybe more than 50%. I'd say maybe 60, 70%. As we can see with Chelsea as well. They have the players, but it's the manager. Lampard
Right.
also didn't look like what he was doing, looked like he knew what he was doing. But then Tuchel came in and turned that ship around. So I do think that Pep has a lot of influence on this in the sense that um, he also needs to get the players up and ready for game after game, for trophy after trophy. After you went out last year to Leon, how do you bring the team back to go for the Champions League final again this year? It's the same set of players. You maybe lost one or two in David Silva, and I don't think they recruited much. They just brought in Ruben Diaz and
Ferran
Nathan
Torres
and Ferran
And
Torres.
Ake.
The
and
last
Ake.
Okay.
yeah, so there's not much that they put into the team this year. And those players are also young, so you didn't expect them to contribute much. I mean, Ruben Diaz turned 24 today, right? You can't expect him to come in and fill a void, a company, and and Otamendi and those guys have left. So I do think that Pep played a huge role, both man, what do you call it? I forgot, man management and team management. So he does deserve a lot of the credit that goes towards City they're taking the trouble this year, right? If they win the Champions League.
If they win the Champions League, right? Jamal, to that point, because that's one of the things that I was questionable about coming into the season with Manchester City, whether or not Pep could use these young players that he has, and because usually when he was at Barca, he didn't really have a young players. He had seasoned footballers. They may not have been veterans, but he had seasoned footballers to do what he asked them to do. This season, it wasn't really like that, and especially not playing with a striker. I mean, Memphis and Pemberton, y'all can jump in here. Jamal said he deserved much more credit, much more than 50% of the credit. But how do you think he was able to work that system into the Premier League? Because that's not normal. You don't see everybody lining up without a striker and winning the league, running away with the league, I should say. Pemberton,
I think it's a case of where the defenders are not able to adjust as quickly. As you can see, every time where a manager changes the system of where a team would normally play, that team ends up doing either very well or sometimes very poor in the league. And you can look back at when Chelsea started to play that back three system under Conte and Sarri and so on. A lot of people could not adjust as quickly. And we saw that in the second season, where we continued to play the back three and so on, it was better defended. So I think where Pep did with the false nine system, a lot of people weren't able to adjust as quickly until now.
fair enough. Memphis, let me ask you this. Pemberton just said that the teams weren't able to adjust. So let's just say Pep caught them off guard. Do you think that Pep can come back without playing a striker next season and win the Premier League? Oh, let me just put it, and have this much success, because not just the Premier League he's won.
I don't think any manager can keep doing the same thing over and over and expect the same success. Because,
Prime
for
example.
example, Liverpool.
Exactly. Exactly.
So he would have to alter it, like, say, play the false nine against certain teams and then play striker against certain teams. It all depends on what team you're coming up against, really.
All right.
Like if he's coming up against United, he's gonna need a striker because the false nine don't work against me,
I mean, how many times have you beaten him this season?
Once, but they ain't beat me.
They beat you. So you.
Wait,
so,
wait.
Hey, we're talking about the league. Hush him up.
No, we're not. We're talking about
Hush him
overall.
up. Hush him up.
He beat me for nothing in the league. I beat him for something.
All right. So okay, you know what? Okay, Memphis. Let's talk about. Let's start this. Okay, Man City. They have won the Premier League comfortably. They have won the Carabao Cup. They are now setting their sights on the Champions League. Is this the greatest? Let's just say they win the treble. How do you sum this team up in contrast to your treble-winning team?
I mean, it's pretty close.
So would you say that this is the greatest Premier League team? Would you say that?
I wouldn't say it's the greatest Premier League team.
Because it won't be better than the Invincibles, right?
I mean, you have that season, yeah. If you want
which is the best season. If you go
Okay.
unbeaten, I mean nothing can top that, can it?
Okay, yeah, You just wanted to toot your own horn, right?
I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Yeah.
Nothing can
Yeah.
touch Centurions too.
You know about all that. You know
And
about
so
all that.
far, nobody can touch the treble so far.
Don't
Let's
worry.
see.
Think of it.
Let's see.
I mean, it'd be a different treble anyway. I mean,
There's a question for you here, Memphis. From Munchie. Didn't I beat you in the cup without a striker?
I don't think that I already brought that up.
So then you take back your statement.
No.
He said Memphis said he was talking about the league,
Yeah,
not
Memphis
anything
is
else.
I already
talking-
said I was talking about the league.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So Jamal, and let me go. Let me keep on Memphis. Let me keep on
Alright.
Memphis because let's just transition to your game today, or
Mm-hmm.
your games this week, I should say. You
Yo,
lost.
them are wicked, man.
You lost to Leicester,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe. But I want to know. Let me ask you the question: was that match fixing? What kind of
No.
team was that?
What do you mean? What kind of team was that? I played 2 days later,
So you think you needed to rotate that
and
much?
then I had to play another 2 games later again. It had to happen. Like it had to happen. I didn't expect 10 full changes, but I expected a lot of changes.
So you
I
so,
thought
so you
like
said
I
before
thought
the
we were
show
gonna
that
play the same back line.
you were trying to not let Liverpool get top.
Hey, that was a joke. That was a joke.
That's a joke.
That was a joke.
Okay. So you see. All
I
right. So
mean,
then what happened
it'd be
today then?
nice to
Because
see them play on
you
Thursdays.
you played your full you played your full team today,
Mm-hmm.
and you still went under to Liverpool 4 goals to 2. What happened?
Well, you see, there's the English hype goalkeeper, there's Fred, and there's Lindelof.
Take your time. Take your time. Don't rush past this.
Okay,
The English
so
hype goalkeeper still right there. So
yeah,
you're saying that Dean Henderson is not good enough for Manchester United?
I'm not saying he's not good enough. I'm just saying De Gea is still better at this
So
point in time.
he should not be in the goal.
He still has a bit more learning to do. I'm not saying he should not be in the goal, period, but at least I expect him to take the number one this season. I thought he'd be the number one, say next season, sometime next season also.
Right.
I want to put him
Okay.
like De Gea just went to go for the birth of a child, and suddenly Henderson is number one. I don't. He didn't even do anything in the games that De Gea couldn't do, like that.
All right,
And
you
then
jump to Fred now.
yeah, Fred. Fred is just Fred. Yeah, you can win back the ball, but after you win it back, what you gonna do with it? Only he knows, really. I don't even think
I
he
was
knows.
when I was watching the game, today, especially for that third goal. What was Luke should doing? Yeah, so he's the best left back in the league.
We didn't. Who said that?
You said that.
What?
Didn't you say
When?
that Luke Shaw is the best left back in the league?
Yep. They said that he was the best
We
left back.
said
Yep.
he's the best left back this season.
That's why I'm talking about Memphis. What did you say differently from me just now?
What? Best in the league and best this season is two different things.
How
Like
so?
this season,
In the league,
Emi
division.
Martinez is the best goalkeeper. Is he the
Don't
best
even
goalkeeper
try
in the
that.
league?
Okay,
Who have a better save percentage than Martinez?
we can only
Save
talk about the
percentage,
present,
man.
but Memphis.
Man have more clean sheet.
How much clean
Edison
sheet?
on see. More
How
than
much
more
clean
than
sheet?
Emmy. More than
How
Emmy.
much?
Best
Got
defense in the league too.
15 Emmy having.
And how much
We can,
Edison have? More than that.
And who Emmy play
18.
for? Who Edison play for?
Does it matter? All them Premier League teams
Wow.
and
Okay,
one
but
win title. So
all right,
okay.
Memphis. 2 centre backs. Why?
Because I need two centre backs. I have Sugarloaf and Harry, whatever his name is.
But then
Like,
I have a question.
a lot of go ahead, Moy.
I think you're going to touch it, so go ahead. I think
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that Manchester United they looked a different team defensively without Harry Maguire. And I know
I
I
mean-
can just bring up skill comment, no skill will come back in right now and say Maguire
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what happened today?
You want to see my status?
I did, but what happened?
Yeah.
You look different today.
He's bad, but he's not the worst. Ow. Somebody phone ringing.
Let me go ahead and talk, man.
But what was I saying? Yeah, Maguire is bad to me. Let me just say, in my opinion. Okay, before Josh suddenly joined the show. So yeah, Maguire is bad, but he's not the worst centre back at the club. So I still need two centre backs. Because people would say get a centre back to pair with Maguire. No, I still need two.
All right, so the season is done. You're heading into next season. Your target, I heard even Josh, he's big on the Sancho. Or would you prioritize a centre back over Jadon Sancho?
I said that last season too, and everybody said it was crazy.
Mm.
I mean,
All right.
we're what the second highest goal scorer. I mean, we'd be further up in the table because defensive mistakes is what cost United this season, not scoring goals. We've scored goals.
But you can see.
All right.
Yeah,
What you say, Jamal?
So, but
that's
you
what I'm
can
saying.
see
We need more defensive. What's the word?
Cover.
Solidarity. Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
good night.
Good
So,
night, Monchi. Good night,
yes,
Monchi. Your name is still
let
up.
me touch on that little while. But when Pep spends 500 million on defenders, the whole world goes crazy. But when other team needs centre backs, and they would prioritize getting the likes of the Varanes and the Upper Mecanos, although he went to Bayern Munich and so it's nothing. But when Pep does it to solidify his defense, the whole world talks about every single cent he spends on a defender left to right foot, you know? But when other teams want a centre back or centre backs and they're going for the top notch, it's nothing. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for Munchie.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Munchie, yeah, you do this defensive solidarity. The reason why people bring up Pep is because he's bought a lot of centre backs, like just centre backs alone. I mean, one thing I don't understand, they would say Pep invests properly. He doesn't necessarily. Yes, he does in a sense, but when he gets it wrong, he just buys another one.
Trial and
Yeah,
error,
that's
man.
what
That's
you're
right.
supposed to do.
As I said, a guy said in the group, if you buy a phone and it's not working, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
You're gonna,
Stay with it until it starts to work? No, you buy another one until it starts working,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
not everybody can do that.
Because you need a
Hold-
working
Hold on,
phone.
dear. Memphis, funny you'd say that because Jamal and I saw that you retweeted it, and I was supposed to bring it up on the previous show, but I think you retweeted the spending of both clubs, both Manchester
yeah.
clubs,
I mean,
and
You-
Manchester United spent more,
they spent more, but they don't have any titles. So
right?
this whole City buying titles, you can't really say that. It's just that they invested properly. It's just that United didn't invest properly.
It's just that
And
the
we
manager has
butter.
more of a say in the transfers.
Well,
Like
that's what
This is
happened
Pep
when
you're talking about.
if you talk about because when Van Hal was there, after he got sacked, Van Hal's been coming out with the names of players who he told Woodward to sign,
Yes,
and he didn't
yes,
sign them because I think there was Cruz, Thiago, Hummels, somebody else.
FIFA.
Yeah, Van Hal they play career mode, dog. Like I think Van Hal spent 350 billion. How much we would have spent if he got those players as well?
Mm.
Plus wages.
Financial fair play with the TR part. What did they get?
Okay,
Yeah, but now if you sold players that you didn't need, I'm sure you have a lot of deadwood that you need out of the club, right?
Yeah, because
I
we still have players that David Moyes signed. Like
You would have
How is it-
compensated in some way.
Eh.
No? No, I think you would have compensated in some way. You would have gotten rid of players that you don't need. Because I'm sure there are players that he didn't need. But also, going back to the City spending, is that they have stability with the manager. You can't be changing manager and then
that's the big point.
win trophies and then complain that a club is spending and winning trophies while you're spending and not winning trophies. If there's no
Because
Well, you
stability,
see, I'm not
What?
Ali out, so I have no problem with that statement.
no,
Because
but,
I think
but then look
Right,
at the
Jamal.
period. Look at the period in which you would have compared Pep spending to United spending. I think Van Gaal was there, Moyes was there, Mourinho was
No,
there.
Mourinho.
I think Pep came the season after Van Hal got sacked.
Well, then that's still three. It's still three managers you run through. While Pep has had one full reign. Of course, he's going to have more trophies because he's had stability to build his team. Whereas Ole probably still doesn't have his team.
Facts.
See?
And that's why Glazer's out.
Okay. All right. Memphis. Skills is making a point here. He said, I told you guys on the previous show, Oli has a problem when it comes to rotation.
I wouldn't
I
say it's a
think-
problem with rotation. The
Mhm.
players that he has to rotate in a sense, to put in for the rotation aren't good enough.
Fine.
Like
I
Okay.
mean,
Brandon
let me
Williams look better at left back than right back when he's a right back. I don't know how that makes sense.
Mm.
let
Good
me make
morning.
a comment on there because it's funny, right? How football is so fun because we see United put out this team against Leicester, and I believe that every fan in football eyes lit up and was like, what kind of team is this? And I mean, yes, they end up on loss, and Ollie is getting a lot of criticism for this. But then when you look at it, if we won, we wouldn't been hearing the end of this because they would be like,
Oh, the
I put out
massacre.
such yeah, I put out such a weak team, always at the wheel, this and that.
Yeah.
You know, it same can be said with the same Aguero penalty. He goes for the chip, he happens to score it. City fans love him even more. He misses, everyone wants his head. You know, so
Well,
it's an up and
ex-
down thing.
except Munchie. Munchie stuck on the whole Mendy out thing. I don't know why.
Okay. Okay. Hold on there, because we didn't get to talk on Monday, so Munch, I didn't get a review on that. What you have to say about that Aguero penalty? Because in my mind, I don't think Pep is playing him again. I think that was his last game for City.
Wow.
I
They don't
agree.
win the league, he can play.
Unless Pep doesn't want what Ed Woodward got from the Manchester United fans, uh, that's kind of impossible. Not playing Aguero again, nah. If you look sharp, Aguero starting tomorrow. You know, he mightn't
Yeah.
start
Oh, that's true.
against Chelsea on the 29th, but of course, yeah, he's gonna play. He's gonna play. He's gonna play the remaining games. If you look sharp, he's gonna play the last 3 games. Might get a little cameo versus Chelsea when we're done 3-0 up. You know, so um,
Wait, what?
yeah, but it was frustrating for Pep that
Um,
actually he did that and make it even worse that we eventually lost the game. So yeah, it's a little bad note on Aguero's part right there.
but
But
Fair,
hey,
horrible.
he's the best striker the Premier League ever seen. So kudos
fair
to him,
enough.
you know.
Pemberton, we coming to you right now because I want to know. We're going more in depth, and you can tell everybody why I'm a banger yesterday. Danskin. Ole gave City the title easily. 3 games in 6 days rotation was necessary, but not drastic changes. And O'Neill is asking, Ole
I
gave City
mean,
the title. What you mean?
can I
He
jump
ain't
in there
get
real quick?
he ain't
Go
give
ahead.
no title.
Because even if they beat Leicester City, all City had to do was win tomorrow.
Okay,
Wait,
well,
wait, what?
I see what Skill is saying. That City didn't play, and because your closest rival lost, virtually they won the title right at that point. And
I
that's
The
what I
mean,
second
believe that's
time.
what
they
City
win the
said.
they win the title a couple weeks ago.
All right, fair,
Officially,
Remember
that's fair
mathematically,
enough. Right, doesn't say
remember this is
officially
the second time United doing it.
that was giving City the title.
Yeah. I don't even
No, no,
think
no.
it's rivals no more. I think they just want to be friends, you know?
Anyways,
Okay. Yeah, you said City was gonna. We know City was gonna win the title. Indeed, that is true. Pemberton, you
Yes, sir.
lost 1-0. Well, let me put it this way. Arsenal has done the double over Chelsea in what I would say is the worst Arsenal season ever, and you
Yeah,
still
yeah.
couldn't beat them.
Mm.
What happened yesterday?
Well, Chelsea has always been a charity team, you know. We always tend to give out
The
points to
mindset
teams that need
charity.
it.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
you know, teams that in, you know, the lower half of the table, we tend to
Right.
give them points.
That's quite
So,
generous.
yes, but as I've said before, it was just a typical Chelsea game where we had chances and did not take them. As we saw Havertz kicking the ball to somebody else in the stadium. I don't know who.
Well,
Then
I'm
we
I'm
saw,
glad I'm glad you touch on that
mm,
because there's levels. Like Moy always say, there's levels to this. I
mm,
make a
Yep.
mistake and you can't capitalize. You
yeah,
make a mistake and I capitalize. So
yeah,
there's
yeah,
levels,
yeah.
isn't it? Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, we saw the chances that didn't really happen. We saw the Mount Valley in the box from the cross. We saw Mount again early in the second half and so on. We just did not take the chances. We had Arsenal defending, which I could say you all defended very well, surprisingly. But it was just a typical Chelsea game where we had our
How is it?
chances and did not take them.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. But I just want to know before I go to Jamal, how is it surprisingly? You mean you've scored one goal versus me all season, so you know how well I can defend.
Really?
Yo, the Arsenal
I
Clearly,
think
fans
your
think
goal
clearly.
difference is differently.
clearly.
Your goal
No, no,
difference
no,
is
no.
differently.
We're not looking at that, bro. We're looking at
But
individual games. For two
you
seasons, for
said,
2 games, the 2 games,
uh-huh,
I
uh-huh,
scored 4 goals against you,
uh-huh,
and you've only managed to score one versus me.
uh-huh.
So you
Fair
know
enough,
how
fair
well
enough.
I can defend.
Against
That's it.
Chelsea, okay.
Okay,
All right.
against Chelsea. Yeah, I should put
Okay.
that in.
Yeah,
Jamal,
you
how
should
did
put
you see
that
the
in.
game?
Some
Um,
realism.
honestly, I didn't watch it. I watched part of it, and then I didn't expect us to win, so I wasn't even focusing. I was just trying to
Oh, how I
tomorrow, and I
miss
was
my
like,
son Monday.
I got priorities. But then I saw the notification the first goal went in, and then I saw Chelsea scored, but then apparently got called off by VAR for some reason. But
Yeah,
from the
that's
highlight,
right.
yeah, from the highlights that I saw, I do think it was a game of Chelsea missing their chances. I think Tuchel said that it was theirs and theirs alone to lose, and they lost it. We did defend well, but I do think we were also still shaky. There were moments where I see
Yeah, I
like
think we wrote all up.
trying to
I would
steal
admit
the
that.
ball out, and then whoever it was, the left back, getting the ball from him. So there's moments that I saw. There was a handball that was probably supposed to be that's 50-50, could have been called as a penalty or not. But there's just been moments in which we got lucky, you could say, in the game.
Yeah, I would say we wrote our luck yesterday in shoot because there was some time that even with that Giroud chance, how
Yeah.
Giroud hit the post, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that could have easily
this not
been.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Pemberton, before we move
So,
on to your FA Cup weekend here.
Yeah.
Let me just ask Pemberton this. It's grassroots. I've known when you're passing the ball back to the goalkeeper, you never pass the ball to the goal. What was Jorginho thinking?
Well, I was saying the same thing because if you look back to the game that we played West Brom, he did the same thing and it cost us a goal where Thiago Silva had the intercept and end up getting sent off later on in the game. So I don't know if it's something he's accustomed to doing or what, but he didn't look up, which was one, which is basically if you're passing the ball, you look the way you're passing the ball. Two, he didn't look up, he just played the ball back. And a lot of people, I think, were on Kepa's case because he was not in front of the goal, but they were not looking at the point that he was making himself available for a back pass in case it was needed.
Right.
So I don't know. It's completely. I wouldn't completely throw the blame on Jorginho. It was just a bad pass overall, but to see what happened afterwards and we couldn't capitalize is just one of those days.
Last point on this before Munchie comes in. The only thing I'm saying, I'm glad it was Jorginho because I think it was Arteta's second game. He was supposed to be sent off. I'm glad he come back right now for Bitey. I'm glad, man. Munchie, let me just run through these comments real quick. Skill saying 10 changes to a team, that's craziness. When the blue side of Manchester is making noise, when the blue side Manchester is making noise, 4, 5, 6 changes is acceptable. Hell no, not 10 jump. O'Neill is saying it wouldn't matter skill, they would have still win the title. So yeah, I know we all know that City was gonna win anyway. What happens to pressure? That's my point. Pressure don't live at Old Trafford, and Joe is saying it's 100% Jorginho's fault. Go ahead, Monty.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Mr. Pemberton.
Yes.
I would like your take on this scenario or this theory.
Run it.
Chelsea lose the FA Cup final.
Oh my.
All
Yo,
right.
you like your
I'm
peep my
not saying,
notes,
no.
man.
Listen this.
Like your peep my notes. Go ahead.
Chelsea lose the FA Cup final, right?
Mm-hmm.
I heard this. You made a statement to Sack saying Chelsea is a charity club. They love to give away points. So they gave Leicester City 3 points in the league fixture next week, right? You lose the Champions League final. So losing those games, those remaining league games, Liverpool end up and tip you to fourth position and you finish fifth, will you call this a successful season?
No, it wouldn't be a successful season.
That's what I was asking earlier.
I would say, however, based on where we are now, it was a successful turnaround in transition from Lampard to Tuchel. But I wouldn't say it's a successful season based on what we could have won and didn't.
Okay.
Okay,
So
but then
Chelsea is going to finish the season unsuccessfully.
In your eyes, yes, I guess.
I mean, but Pemberton, with all this hype that Chelsea's been getting, and rightfully so, you have been doing well. So I'm not taking anything away from your team. However, you're now in this position to make the top four from that position we talk about where Lampard left you. You're now in a position to win the FA Cup. You're now in the position to win the Champions League. If you fail to complete all those objectives, how would you view this season then? Because yes, you say maybe unsuccessful in Munchie's eyes, but being in this position and coming up short on all three fronts, that sounds like a failure to me, for lack of a better word. That may be a failure.
Yeah, it would. Nobody really expected us in the beginning to have the season we were having. Everybody, when we were on the Lampard, we were being ruled out. Lampard started off well, and whatever happened. Tuchel came in, everybody was saying, oh, well, it's Tuchel. They don't expect nothing much, and much has happened. But I can't really say until the games are being played if it's a successful season or not. Whether we win them or not, I would say. In overall, it was a successful turnaround, and we can just look forward to the next season. But overall, I can't say until the games have been played.
Okay, all right, guys. I think the last time, this is the first time we've had a show since we've now known that all the relegation teams, Fulham is gone. Who else?
West Brom.
West Brom is gone and Sheffield is gone. So I mean, on the last day, there's really nothing to play.
I mean,
there's really nothing to play for unless the top four. There's between 3 to 6.
Yeah, 3 to 6.
Yeah, 3 to 6
to play for. Okay, Man City. We won't touch on this quickly. Moy, you play tomorrow versus Newcastle. What's your score there? Do you really have none to play for? Nobody can catch
6-0.
Just so? Just so you're gonna knock Newcastle 6, just so?
Wow.
And they might lose 6, we don't know.
Where's the Memphis before we get in more?
Huh?
Where's the Memphis just now?
Well, you see, City already win the league, so I have a feeling Pep gonna play people to try to get them some medals.
Nothing wrong with that. I do that
like
too.
like Liam Delap and so.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. More scoreline.
4-0.
4-0. Okay, fair enough. Let's jump now.
Because I think Aguero. Yeah, because I think Aguero loves Newcastle, so I think Pep would give him an next chance in this game. Well, just knowing his record against them,
you can tie that
record.
record.
Be comfortable.
Okay. All right. Jamal, I have a task for you. You're going to be our resident Leicester fan, Leicester supporter. All right. And I want you to tell me, going into the FA Cup final this weekend, how can Leicester upset Chelsea?
The same way we did.
Oh boy.
Right?
The score early and defend for your life.
You would have to make back passes.
You would have to do that.
What's there?
You would have to do that for because Chelsea will create chances, so you're gonna have to defend for your life at some point in the game. Whether you score early, you score late, or you tire the team down, you will have to. You can only go in there with two mindsets. Either you go and play counter-attacking, or you go and press high. If you press high, Chelsea will counter-attack you, and there's going to be more chances created. Whereas if you go counter-attacking, then invite the pressure on, and then you can break with Vardy and Iheanacho and Maddison and Perez and those guys. So I do think they have the ability to counter-attack, and on their day they can score. Not one move out to Vardy and the game's on his head at that point. So with that at his disposal, I do think that might be the best option to go with, because if you go pressing and Kante plays, I do think they'll pick you apart easily.
Mm. Okay, but
One good thing that we had with Chelsea when they didn't play us was Kante didn't play, and that was key to
that's
that
true.
game, I feel like. Because if
That's
Kante
true.
played, he would have been all over that midfield and picked us apart. So that if Kante, and they have to sit back and go and counter attack them.
Okay, fair enough. So Jamal, you're saying that the best way, if you're Brendan Rodgers, you're setting them up to counter attack. Iniacho in the past couple of weeks, he's been on fire. Is he now more of a threat than Jamie Vardy?
Well,
When Chelsea's game planning this for this weekend, are they thinking more about Iniacho or Jamie Vardy?
you have to give them both equal attention. You can't. Although yes, Ian Hatch is on form, you can never write out Vardy, right? Although he hasn't scored maybe in a couple of games, but this might be just his game to come back in and say, yeah,
Right.
we're gonna change the mind of the doubters. So you can't write Vardy off at any point, as we've seen multiple seasons in which we think, oh, Vardy's finished, and then he comes up and pops in with a hat trick. You know.
Okay.
Patrick
Pemberton.
loaded.
You know what? No,
Sure.
before I go to Pemberton, Jamal, this is. I said, how can Leicester upset Chelsea? But Leicester is above Chelsea in the Premier League table. Would it really be an upset?
Yes.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Chelsea are a bigger club, and
Okay.
they're only in
Okay.
that position because of what happened on the Lampard.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Anybody before we go to Pemberton, anybody else have anything to say on how they think that Leicester could win this game? Could throw an upset? And FA Cup's all about upsets, you know?
Yep.
So do you see anything happening this weekend in that vein?
Once Jamie Vardy pop his 2 Red Bull and then before the game, everything should be fine.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and NDD gotta play a critical role in this that's the setup. As Jamal said, like he thinks counter attacking would be the best option. So that means they gotta defend real good and try to nick those attacks from Chelsea right away and set these guys on the way. So not only NDD but Tillemans as well. So like when they actually nick that ball from off of Chelsea, like they gotta get it up the field as quick as possible before Chelsea can regroup. Well, not Chelsea, but before Kante can regroup, because you know Kante will run down everything. So like
And he won't stop.
so I
He
think
won't stop.
NDD and Tillemans is more important to the Leicester City side than Vardy
Up front.
and Iniacho. That's to me.
Okay. Who all is fit in that Leicester City defense? Ciancio back. Ciancio Fofana, a centre back.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Who's on the right side? Pereira, Castagna.
I
And
think Castagna, yeah.
Okay, so
I think
either of them will
Evans is
play
still
left
out.
and right. Oh, Evans may be a big miss. You think so?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
really.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Pemberton,
Yes, sir.
we can see an upset brewing.
Yeah.
But tell me, how do you stop an upset from happening?
Well, it comes down to us simply just taking our chances. We're definitely going to create the chances, but as we've seen on the two, Chelsea does not really score as much goals as they should. So I believe if we do come out and we do score the chances that we create, that will cancel out the upset. Because I mean, Leicester going 2-0 down, 3-0 down early in the game, that kills the game off right there. Chelsea's going to defend.
Who is your go-to man?
Right
This
now,
week? Yeah.
my go-to man would probably be Pulisic. He's been doing a lot recently. So if he plays or Mount, I think we could do something in the game.
Okay. Because you brought up that point. Pulisic, he hasn't really been starting every week for on the Tuchel. What do you think your lineup will be from back to front?
Back to front. Well, I saw a post saying Kepa is going to play for some reason, so I think Kepa is in goal. It's going to be Kepa, probably Aspie in the right centre back, Thiago Silva centre back and Rudiger because Christensen is out, and I think he would be more comfortable with Aspi there than Zuma in terms of experience. Probably Reece James on the right wing back, Chilwell on the left. Then we'd have Jorginho and probably Kante. Well, Kante is there because Kante got rested. So Kante there in the midfield. Then we have hopefully Pulisic and Mount there in that rotating cam role, and then Havertz up top.
No Timo.
No Timo.
Your biggest game of the season. No Timo.
Jude.
No Timo. Super sub.
No
Your
Jude.
highest goal contributor.
One of them. Mount is also a contributor. And
I don't know. That one sounds a little tricky there because I don't see how you bench Timo. Because as I can say, Timo rested versus Arsenal as well.
Yeah, Timo got rested.
Mm.
But that's
Especially
just
how
my
Havertz
optimal
missed
lineup.
that sitter.
That's just my optimal lineup.
So you're saying that this is Chelsea's best lineup in your opinion?
For me, in my opinion, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Chelsea's best
Joel's
lineup.
saying here.
Okay.
Hold on there, yeah. I come to you, Montreal. Leicester is one of the best teams in the league when it comes to counter-attacking football. And it is very well sound. Could work. Montreal, go ahead.
No, I'm just asking Pemberton if
Yeah,
to him as
yeah,
a
he said
Chelsea
that's his preferred lineup.
fan, if he
Okay.
considers
All right,
that
guys.
his
So
best lineup, his strongest lineup.
yeah, I think that's what he said, right, Pemberton? That this is
Yeah.
your preferred lineup.
That's my preferred lineup.
That is your strongest lineup that you can have.
Yeah,
That's
granted the positions available.
Okay, fair enough. So guys, let's guess what's
So-
left.
Kepa in front of Mendy.
I think he is the
Well,
cup keeper.
Yeah,
That's why he
Pep is
started.
the cup keeper. And the press conference also said Tuchel said he was going to play him, so I don't think I could go against the person in charge of the team.
Right, so I guess all
No, I
that's
was
left.
asking if you think that's your strongest lineup.
Oh no
I'm
no
not
no
talking
no
about
no
FA
no
Cup.
no! I would have Mendy in goal.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear
Mendy
me?
has what 17,
Yeah.
15 clean sheets.
16. Get it right, buddy. Get it right.
Okay, just two behind yours. So
Okay.
concede.
All right, so I guess what's left now for us to do is to give our predictions. So give our
Yeah.
predictions more. We're gonna start with you. FA Cup final. I don't even know what time the game is playing, but I'm a tune in. FA Cup final.
I think
Tuchel.
12-15.
12-15. Tuchel. This is Tuchel's first chance at a trophy. All right. And no more you may struggle because you can't beat Chelsea. You haven't beaten Chelsea in a while. But what do you see happening this weekend? Honest opinion.
Leicester take. I mean, on its opinion, it should be a very good game. But I really would like to see Leicester win because I'm salty over Chelsea. But I honestly think this game could go down into like a penalty shootout at least. With how both teams are going to it. But if not, Chelsea could take it to 2-1 victory.
2-1. So that's what you're saying. You're salty, so you want Leicester to win, but realistically, you think that Chelsea nicks it.
Yeah.
All right. Jamal.
I think Chelsea win 2-1 as well.
Chelsea win 2-1 as well. Memphis.
3-0 Chelsea team will earn a hat trick.
Oh wow!
Wow. Monchi.
Come on. Everybody's writing off Leicester like if Leicester doesn't know how to win a cup. Like, Iñárritu came from a cup winning team. Vardy has the experience. So, and we are talking about the upsets more than
That's the manager.
the victory for Chelsea. I'm being salty as well because I would like to see this Chelsea team crumble based on all the comments I've been getting from the Chelsea fans of late,
Yeah. Couldn't find me last week.
What I'll say, it's going to be nervy. It's not going to be an easy match for Chelsea, per se. Keeping in mind that they know, like, hey, it's FA Cup or Champions League. Like, we are actually in this final. We're playing this final first. Let's try and at least get ourselves a silverware. So when we eventually lose to City, it won't be so bad, you know. So
Wow.
I would actually say saltiness. Leicester City to win, but
Saltiness
based
aside.
on Tuchel and how he sets up this Chelsea team defensively, I would say a Chelsea 1-0 win.
Right.
But
I am
that's my
Monty.
honest football neutral
Monty,
opinion.
I
But for me
think that you're
personally,
right.
Leicester City 2-1.
Right. I think that you're right. I think that you're right. It's gonna be a very close affair. It may be 1-0 on either side, whoever wins it. And my thing is, I think Jamal said this when you were talking. I don't think we really second guessing Leicester. It may just really be the manager. But Jamal, could Brendan Rodgers, I'm the biggest I'm always saying that Brendan Rodgers is gonna battle it. And I still think that he did not finish in top 4. But could he win this one-off game? Could he get his tactics right and just win this game?
He could, but a
You don't
one-off
see it.
game between Rodgers and Tuchel, who you backing? I know where I'd put my money.
To be honest, Chelsea could win this one. Chelsea could win this 1-0. But right now, I don't know. I'm really look forward to watching this game as a neutral, hoping that it's something like what Moy said. You can go down to penalty kicks and we have some fun with it. Before we go to Pemberton, Chelsea will win and then they will choke the Champions League. Ooh, okay. Pemberton.
That was saying.
Wait. You see, no, this Leandro Goodwin, this guy, I wish he was on the show tonight because I didn't make the show last week Thursday, but I was tuning in. I was listening to his comments. So
He said he wanted Chelsea to win.
after you deal with Pemberton shot, I just got something to say to this. Leandro
That's
Goodwin
addressing.
guy.
Okay. Pemberton, what's your prediction for this weekend?
I'm gonna say 1-0 as well. It's gonna be a very close game, so it's gonna come down to whoever shoots first and then plays the game out afterwards.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Monchi. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes. So this Leandro Goodwin, I know on previous show like a couple weeks ago, when it was at the quarterfinal stage, you and him both agreed that the winner of the Champions League is coming from the Manchester City PSG side.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
What? Am I correct?
I said that. I can speak for myself. I can't speak for Joe. He's not here.
You can't speak for Joe.
He can respond to you in the comments.
Okay. If not, I will actually go back to the.
He said, I said I wanted Chelsea to win. I never said they would.
No. Don't change him out from the show. The previous show.
So what are you saying that he said? What did he
Don't
say?
change him out. He said the winner is coming from the City PSG side. That side of the bracket. And on the show last Thursday. Yeah, so I'm asking like why the sudden change of heart?
All right, well, Joe, there's a question for you.
He changed his heart on Thursday. Now in the comments, he's saying that Chelsea's gonna battle it, choke in the Champions League final. So like, is he really on the fence or he's just flipping a coin? Or this day I choose Chelsea, tomorrow I choose City. I don't know. I just want his comments on this.
I guess we'll have to refine it. This guy's in the comments. This guy, you hard. Sorry I'm late. Read this carefully, guys. Had a little dinner date for 2.
I mean,
that's for Memphis.
I had
That's
to
for
help
Memphis.
out a friend, I already secured my Champions League, so I had to help out a friend. Although he might still Barcelona end up playing Thursday night, playing as Juventus in the Europa League group stage.
That was clever,
you weak. I'll back you up on this. if you had helped out your friend, the lineup you'd play against Leicester City, you would have played against him today. So I didn't think you was actually helping me out.
You really
That's
tried
just
to
me.
win. You really tried to
I
win.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Come on,
yeah, but
like
you know,
that's
they
not
Uh,
bad
they
helping
wanted it
out.
more.
All
uh,
I
They
want to
they
know,
needed it more.
all I want to know is for Uric, where it's happy Uric bounce back from all of a sudden
my
after
I don't
man,
going
even know what you
beaten.
happy for.
top four,
He's still
top
at the
four.
top
You know,
four.
yo, let me ask you this, guys, because I don't think Liverpool losing any more games, and I think that Leicester is still going to battle it. Can Liverpool make the top four?
They could.
Since day one, I already gave my prediction that Liverpool is making top four, and I'm not going against it. I'm not.
I
Hold
mean, I
on,
think Liverpool
watch this.
was in
Chelsea is
everybody's
gonna
top
battle
four.
it.
Watch this. He's saying here, Hall is saying that man coach rest 11 players to get spanked twice in 48 hours.
All 11 whole players.
Mm.
Like,
First of
how do you
all,
think Pep
it
does that, man?
it
Because
wasn't
guys,
11.
we
Oh
can
yeah,
look at this.
10
I think this
Greenwood.
is the last. This is no.
Not
This is
Greenwood. Bailly
Liverpool's.
played the 2 games.
This is Liverpool's last set of games.
Mm.
Um. I don't see them losing. That's just
Yeah,
me.
top four.
They have some easy games there. I don't see. I don't
Southampton,
see.
West Brom, Burnley. Yeah, that's 9 points. Easy nine
No, they already
points.
played
No, they don't
Southampton. They
play
already played South.
Southampton. So it's Liverpool. So it's I mean Liverpool. It's West Brom, Burnley, Palace.
Oh,
West Brom, Burnley,
Yo,
Palace.
West
I
Brom,
just don't
Burnley,
see them
Palace.
losing.
Yeah,
West Brom
I
are knocked
don't.
down
yeah, it's
5.
easy 9 points.
Burnley knocked down 1. And Palace gonna knock down 3.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think the only tricky day game might be here for them is the game against Burnley.
Mm. For me personally. So where's the Jamal? Liverpool top four.
Yeah, I think Liverpool take top four.
All right, Pemberton.
At the expense of Leicester,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay, so you're on the Leicester battling train. I don't think Leicester winning another Premier League game for the season. They have Chelsea and Tottenham next. These are the last 2 games.
Leicester's gonna beat Chelsea. Like, come on.
Oh,
I don't see it that way. What you say, Jamal?
Munchie,
Yeah,
I was looking for
that's
people to do
possible.
his job.
Ooh.
I didn't hear you, Jamal. Go again.
No, I said that's tough for them. I expect them to lose both games against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think so too.
Um,
Pemberton. What are
Yes,
them on?
sir.
Pemberton. Liverpool making top four.
Yeah, I see them making top four.
All right, go ahead, Moy.
At
Arsenal.
the expense of who?
Y'all still in distance to pass Tottenham or something if I was seeing correctly.
We
Y'all
can
not that
still
far.
pass that. Yeah, we can still pass that.
As
It's
of
like
now,
4 points.
if they win their games in hand, it's arguable the top.
Yeah, if they do. Louis is saying here. Louis is saying Liverpool the type of club this season that will win this game and draw against West Brom. I'm not getting my hopes up. So he's not confident.
He's
He's
right.
not as
He's right.
confident as I am.
Yo, so
Leandro
where
is
are the
answering.
banter?
He's answering back, Munchie. I never said that, Munchie. Even before anyone else, I've been saying that Chelsea could win the Champions League. I even said the City are expected to win, but we shouldn't count out Chelsea. I can remember him saying that in truth. I can
Yeah, I
really.
remember him
You know,
trying the next
when
point.
this show is finished, I'm personally gonna go back through the feeds and
Okay,
screen video when
Okay,
he
but
said
Munchie,
that.
making
Okay.
I can remember him saying he said, even because I think when we were saying that Liverpool and Chelsea on that side, I think he said that we can't count out Chelsea. I think he really said that, if I'm remembering correctly. Aiden is saying he's asking, think Lingard will stay at West Ham to help them in the
But
Europa
yes,
League? What do you guys think?
Yo,
no,
50
I
mil,
know he
buddy.
said
50
that,
mil.
but he's not.
They get in Europa League first of all.
Mm-mm.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah,
Everybody salty
they
tonight.
will. They will though, because I
They
mean they're
will.
gonna at least come sixth.
Really?
I believe. Yeah,
Why
we
not
go
fifth?
past them. They
Why not
could come
fifth?
fifth. They could come fifth. They could come sixth.
How far
I
is
think
Who
Tottenham
are the
behind
last
them
two
now?
Can't
games?
they,
I'm shocked.
can't they still
Pardon
come
me?
fourth?
They're level on points with Tottenham.
Yeah, I see them dropping out though. I don't see West Ham finishing that though.
Oh,
They have a
okay.
game in Chuck. Who are the last games? I think they played
Who?
35
West
games.
Ham?
Yeah, West Ham
West
have
Ham.
3 games. They can still make top.
Yeah.
West Ham. Let me see if I can find
Yeah,
it. This is
I'll
no,
tell you.
that's Chelsea.
It's
This
Brighton,
is
then
okay.
West
There you go,
Brom,
Jamal.
Brighton, and West Brom, and then Southampton.
Yeah, West Ham can make top 4.
Yeah.
Brighton, West Brom,
Like you
Chelsea.
said, top
No,
four.
Southampton is the last one.
Southampton.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think so.
It's
Yeah, that's
possible.
9 points there.
Win. I
And
don't
how
think
much
they
they
will
have?
win at all. Because when we
That's
did the show,
58. How much they have? 58 to 55.
when
58.
we did the show, we
Both
said
are-
that the max that they will get is 66 points.
Well, that's unachievable at the moment.
So
And Chelsea on 64. So, they can still make top 4. Chelsea could lose all the games
Top
for the rest of the
5.
season.
Top 5.
okay, so answer this. Do you think Lingard will stay at West Ham?
I think they should.
Think he should?
Yeah.
Think he should? Okay.
Like,
I'll take the 50 mil.
Jamal, like you look puzzled up
Yeah.
there. What you thinking about?
yeah, I just don't see West Ham paying 50 mil for Lingard.
They're not gonna- Man is not charging 50 million for
I don't see-
Lingard. No way.
I don't see anybody paying 50 mil for Lingard.
No way. I mean, Lingard
mean-
most going for 20.
The most
25 times.
Jamal, you wouldn't sign Lingard?
between
I wouldn't
20 to 30. Come on, Jamal.
Hey.
You can rot away in your reserve.
I
English
mean,
player.
you could add another young
The-
prospect. Your
I
young
know.
prospects performing. Come on.
To play ahead of who? To play ahead of who in my team?
Pepe,
Mm-mm.
Aubameyang.
Lingard.
Okay, I mean, he could go back to Man U and start because he's giving way more production than some of your players that you have playing in front of him.
Fred.
Carl who? Carl.
Martial,
Play strike. Lingard play strike, sir? Okay.
the man
That's
can
right.
play strike.
Strike.
All them goals that he score, he can play strike.
How
And
much goal he
Martial play
score?
strike. And
much
Martial
goal
play
he score?
strike and only 4
How
goals he
much
got.
goal he score? How much?
Answer
Which
that.
4 goal? How much goal
What
Lingard?
goal Martial got for the season?
7.
Stones probably have more
4-7,
goal than
big deal.
Martial.
Here's this one.
In the
United.
Premier League. In the
Lingard
Premier League. Let's go. In the
Lingard
Premier
plus
League.
30
Memphis.
million for Rice.
United catching anybody with that?
Fried rice, you mean, man.
Lingard plus 30 million for Rice.
Rice alone costs more than Man United.
Rice.
Defensive midfielder.
Really, Munchie? Really?
I just
Rice
feel
costs
as if
1 point something billion.
West Ham getting rip off for this deal.
Yeah.
West Ham getting
But
rip off.
honestly, I don't
Matic,
see.
Fred, and McTominay altogether doesn't come up to Rice market value. Come on.
Crazy.
Go ahead, Moy.
But honestly,
I have a
was
quick
thinking, I
question
don't
to
see-
ask y'all before we finish. So go ahead, Moy.
I don't see Lingard going back to United to stay, but
Yeah, that
also West Ham not buying him, but he's making a move to a kind of, how do I put it? I think it was Lille that wanted him in the French league or something like that.
He ain't moving from the EPL.
No, or making a move like that, or maybe like a team like Leicester or Everton, like.
I mean, it was rumored he could have gone to Leicester, ain't it, Memphis?
Leicester.
Yeah, there were a lot of rumors.
You hear they were. I personally think he would stay at West Ham. That's just me.
I didn't hear the Leicester one. I heard what team?
Sheffield United. I heard Sheffield United.
Yeah, Sheffield United, and it was all the relegations teams and West Ham.
And you
Lingard to Real Madrid.
Shit.
Um,
Okay.
love.
Okay, guys, here's this one. We're gonna close after we finish discussing this. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard Owen's thoughts this week on the assists, that it's harder to score goal and get assists. Basically devaluing an assist. And I can't say that I disagree with what he is saying. Because, and just hear my point, and you guys, can curse me if you want. Curse me if you want, but this is what I'm thinking. Owen is saying that when you can give me a 5-yard pass, and I think Abangloho was saying that this morning. When you can give me a 5-yard pass and that counts as an assist, Owen is saying that that's not hard. And so with that, a goal is harder to score than for you to just give me a 5 yard pass and that counts as an assist. Aubameyang was referencing the Aubameyang assist yesterday. That's a easy pass. We would all say that that's an easy pass.
But isn't it also an easy goal to finish?
True.
That's an easy
He
goal.
nearly missed.
That was an easy goal to finish.
He
Yeah,
nearly
he
missed
did
it though.
nearly miss. It's true.
He hit the post. He hit the
Um,
post from where he was. He nearly missed it. So
So what do you guys think about that? Y'all support
Um,
Owen or that's cap?
I think it's
Was it-
situational
Yeah, situational. Very 50-50.
because if you're pinging the ball
Okay,
from in your
okay.
own half, you have
Shark,
to wait
Hold
properly
on there,
and
Munchie.
measure
Hold
the
on there,
distance.
Munchie. Hold on, Munchie.
Shark.
You finished Memphis?
No, I think
Go
Munchie
ahead,
lagging.
Memphis.
I think Munchie lagging. But I was saying, if you're pinging the ball from in your own half, you have to weigh it. You have to make sure you get the right distance on it, and then the person be one-on-one with the keeper. Hopefully, I think the one-on-one would be easier than the 50-yard pass.
Right. So you're saying situational. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Go ahead, Munchie.
Okay,
Bunch of
case in
lagging.
point. I know, but this is in this is all over the media. Haaland's goal today in the cup final.
When man push down Upper Meccano.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wrong them.
look at that. That's just like a simple pass
And he did all the work.
from Royce. Royce just gave Haaland that ball, and look at all the work Haaland had to do, and then Royce got that assist you were talking about.
Right.
So that just goes back to Memphis' point. It's very situational.
You check.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
we could also look back at Cruz pass to who was it? Rodrigo.
Vinicius.
Vinicius at Liverpool. That wasn't an easy pass to make.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Even
agree.
Bruno got an assist like 3 weeks ago. The ball just tipped off his big toe and went to Greenwood, I think. And it goes off him as an assist because what? The ball touched him
Last
last
touch.
before the goal was scored. So yeah, I
Okay,
guess I
right.
would say the assist is
Munchie, to
situational.
that point, I know Jamal doesn't agree with Owen. So let me ask Jamal this. The point that Munchie just brought up with, the last touch and you get an assist because you're the last person who touched it. Do you think now we should change the way how we are judging assists? How someone can accumulate an assist?
no, why should we change the way? It's been like that for forever. If I inadvertently touch the ball, alter the way of a defender, and it goes to my player and he scores, I assisted the goal, didn't I? It's the same way as if I shoot the ball on goal and the defender touches it into the goal, he gets an own goal. Why should we change the assist? I don't
I hear
see.
you.
In my opinion, it shouldn't change. An assist is an assist. Whether I give the ball to you from 5 yards, I could have blasted at you from 5 yards, or I could have taken the shot. An assist is an assist. No, I just feel
I
that
mean-
no, listen to me. I just feel that the game has evolved, and these strikers are more like, you know what? We should have more credit for scoring goals than the creative players creating goals. But in all reality, those creative players could have taken that instead of taking that 5 yard pass, he could have taken the ball and shot the goal.
Right.
What does that do to the striker? It deprives the striker of scoring a goal. But the strikers want to have all these, what do you call it?
Tap-ins.
Accolades and tap-ins. Michael Owen was never the type of striker I'd see that would run from deep or create goals for himself. Abagnahor wasn't that striker either. So they relied on other players to give them the ball. So for them to now come out and say we should take away all these easy assists, they just want to put the spotlight back on them for scoring goals. And I don't agree with it.
All right, let me run through some comments there real quick. Aiden is saying, I agree that assists are way too easy to get nowadays. Football now is way too much into stats. Joy saying Lingard should stay at West Ham, and Goodwin, he's back. He said Owen was bored and wanted attention,
Yeah.
coming from a man who scored a hell of a lot of tap-ins in his career.
That's what I said.
And saying that Werner got a pre assist. Okay. All right, Aiden. Okay, but okay, I hear you. And does anybody have anything else to say on this point? Go ahead, Mark.
I mean, if I don't agree in the of him devaluing the assist, because even if you look at it, what happens to when De Bruyne or even in the same case as the same cruise pass, swing those long balls, and then it's just one touch from the striker, and then to just slot it into goal in a 1v1 against the keeper. I mean, in that case, what would you call it? Isn't the goal the easier aspect there? And
Right. I get
let
that. And
yeah, and
I
even
think
so
that's
in the
what
next case, sorry there, even so in the next case, let's say like it's Neymar. Neymar beats like two players and then pass it. I
Mbappe.
mean, yeah, to
Exactly.
Mbappe, the work he does the work. Even self those Arsenal build up play goals. I mean, nobody really those type of goals. Nobody remembers the goal scorer. Remember the play that
The
leads
build
up
up.
to the goal.
Yes,
Right.
Fabregas to Schella.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that, guys, and I value everything that you said. But what I'm just saying that what I think Owen is saying is that the quality of the assist is what he is looking at, and I would agree. I would agree with what you guys are saying because a tapping is not a quality goal, is it? So
So
if
good.
if the defender do if the attacker do all this and be 10 man like what Moy was saying, and then he lay it to you, should we take away your goal because it's a tap in because it wasn't anything great? So then why do you want to take away the assist because it was just like a 5 yard pass and a tap in is just like what 2 3 yards away from the goal? Okay, I
But
see what you're saying.
but to be honest, you can't really take Michael Owen seriously sometimes because some of his comments, really don't make sense.
no,
Personally, and Joe is saying here, if I take a shot and it touches your leg before going in, you get the goal. What's the difference? Right.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The Leicester title win was full of great assists for Jamie Vardy. Okay, I mean there are different types of assists. There are different types of assists. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
as viewers, we like to see the
The
defense
Fabregas to
sitting
Schella.
pass. We like to see those kind of assists, but
Like
they are
David
equal,
Silva
right?
kind of assist,
Yes,
you know.
Munchie. Yes, Munchie. Right, Jamal, you were going to say something?
No.
Okay,
I disagree with both of them.
right. Oh yeah, I was going to say something. I was going to say I think a lot of these pundits, they're just
Talk
glad
too
they have a
much.
platform.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Especially
yes,
okay, like Michael Owen, he has got his career, but when I look at
I
pundits
like Roy Keane.
like Michael Richards, we have a little colloquial saying that we say here, you lot them last them man and I'm gonna try to gain them afternoon. I really think that he wasn't anything. Why you think he has the greatest opinion on football now?
I'm saying.
That's
He
just
was the
me.
I mean,
youngest
according to
teenager
him,
to ever
he
make
burst onto the
England's
scene.
team. Come on,
I he
right,
did.
Memphis?
He
Yeah.
did. He did. And he was at Manchester City when they started to win
Yeah,
titles, innit?
before. Yeah, before. I think he was there
So
before the money too.
I mean
And then in dash
Investment,
away.
please.
And then dash away.
if we should go through a list of right backs, we wouldn't call Michael Richards' name. We'd probably call Glenn Johnson before Michael Richards.
Facts.
Wow.
I so
yeah, about him.
I agree.
I don't know.
There's an interview with Michael Richards and his whole decision making and why he was leaving City and all the teams and all that. I'll see if I can send you the link. It's with Poet from Filthy Fellas. But
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I remember he said it was because Zabaleta, like he couldn't get past Zabaleta. He couldn't be the rotation type of player.
Yeah.
Zabaleta was becoming number
also
one.
coming back from injury and all that, so he had to make a decision for his career, which ultimately he regrets making. So he would have, if he had to go back, he would go back and stick with City.
I
But
mean,
what?
in that sense, wouldn't it still be City who has to decide to keep him?
That's true.
Not if they haven't tied onto a contract. But yeah. he has to agree to leave. But that's the whole thing. They wanted to keep him, but he wanted to leave because he wanted game time. So, with that being said, also with him becoming a pundit, there's a bit of controversy around that. He was never really in the media's eye. But Black Lives Matter happened last year, and they needed a black pundit.
Whoa, Jamal! Whoa,
I'm serious.
whoa!
Yo,
No.
but
You think
they
I'm
have to
Straight
joking?
up,
replace
Jamal,
Evra.
you're saying
No,
you're
they
saying
have to
that
replace
in,
Evra. They have to replace Evra.
I'm not
yeah,
joking. He
Jamal.
came out and said it himself. Is that he's not going to pass up an opportunity that's given to him with political or whatever stuff that was going on. He's not going to pass up the
Okay,
opportunity.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, make sure send me that link, bro.
and I agree with him. I wouldn't pass up the opportunity either.
You know what I mean? It fell
But
right in your lap.
Roy Keane is my favorite.
Why?
Because he calls it how it is.
You
You
think
see,
so?
man like Graham Soon is just biased.
Exactly. This
Graham
guy
Souness always
doesn't care
wondering
who's
why is
Manchester
Pogba
United.
not on this show.
Yo, every day Graham Souness talk about United. Every day. Graham Souness is munchy. Graham Souness is munchy.
Roy Keane said
Alright.
Bruno Fernandes played half of the
Hello?
game.
Munchie, all right.
And all
Munchie,
over
I think you're lagging
pitch.
there. So I think that you saying that. I think I saw that
Like,
quote that you were saying
wow.
that
He was
Bruno's
crying half
always
the
on the
game.
All
ground.
when Bruno
Yeah.
finally scored against the boy, bad face.
Yeah, but for real though, half the time now the boss on the ground and we attacking and the boss still there at the ground. Yeah.
He did the players right now. Because no fans in the stadium, you can hear when they cry out.
Yo,
And them
and
bellies on the ground.
you check. And then you see the man then get up and walk fine.
Fine.
All right, well, guys. I mean, the Premier League doesn't have really much to look forward to. We're just gonna look to see what happens with 3 to 6, and we're gonna see what happened. Let's just see what the season. Have you already talked about the talk sport? Trevor Sinclair about United should. Oh, he's saying that
yeah.
Tasman said that
Yeah,
United should be deducted points. Let's just finish on that. You guys see.
they were saying because they've made the 10 changes, it could have drastically affected Liverpool and West Ham.
That's what I'm
Because
asking. Should they really be considered for match fixing?
For what?
I don't
It's
think
not
so.
their
It's
fault.
within it, right?
No, because the game wasn't originally the Tuesday anyway. That game was supposed to be the Wednesday. That's why the Arsenal Chelsea game was the only game on Wednesday.
I mean, okay, let's put it this way,
Deduct
right?
15 points. That's
It's
my
not-
claim. Deduct
I do
15
not-
Yeah.
points.
I do not
did
blame.
that 20 points for your financial fair play nonsense that does go on.
Mm-mm.
I
Right,
do not
Mon.
blame Ollie for the rotation, but I expected him to have at least like a Bruno and a Rashford in at least two more big name players in the starting squad. And I think Klopp said it and all that he doesn't blame Ollie because you had a game to play the Tuesday and then you have one to play on the Thursday. So it's kind of harsh, you know.
Plus, you can't say play
Come
those
on.
players and suppose those players get injured. Man, have a final to look forward to.
City,
His first
sorry,
final.
City played like 3 games in a week, and Pep never really rested majority of his first team. So I can see what they're saying there. Like you'd expect at least a little Bruno, a little Pogba here and there, but this guy.
The squad was a really
like,
weakened
totally-
squad, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think so because they're
The
No.
names were still good enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had
I
like
didn't watch the
Bailey,
game on.
Matic,
It's not like it's our
Mata.
kids played now.
Okay.
Because
Only kid was
usually
the El Gangi, El whatever the name.
Players you have.
Ilanga. But usually
Yeah.
the last couple games of the season is that usually then people
Yeah.
make all them kind of changes
Yeah,
anyway.
If there's nothing to play for,
So everybody
Yeah.
up in house for. United didn't have anything to play for against Leicester City. West Ham last weekend. They can't catch me anymore.
No, I don't think they should be deducted points for changing the team. I think they should be deducted points for having the fans get the game postponed.
Hey,
That is something like-
United didn't
And
do that.
nearly
though.
again.
United
Even
didn't do
that.
that.
Yeah, they're
United
stopping the
boycott again
buses for
today.
today.
Yeah, but
Huh?
that's
Yeah,
not United's
like,
plan. That's
when are
just
they
the
gonna look
fans
into that?
protesting the owners.
Yeah, but
You
that's,
see?
that's
Yeah, but
That's
we
why
have
it's
seen
good to back a
punish
team
the
like
club.
City that doesn't have fans. So
we
we don't
have
do those
seen
stuff, you
teams
know?
being punished
Memphis.
for their fans.
Memphis. You
Hello?
publish
Go
you
ahead,
punish
Jamal.
the club for failing to control their fans.
Yeah, but not a point deduction. You could find them
No, you can do point deduction.
No.
It's been done in
Check
the
with the
past.
points on them, man.
because
Yeah,
under
15.
the same reason, Derby could get relegated to League One.
Yeah, but the season's over, so they can't will make a decision on
I
this.
mean,
And
and
they
this,
said-
this, what I would say with the Man U fans, they said, and their banners were reading, "We decide when you play." So it's not like if it just escalated into that. They went with the intention to stop the game.
Yeah,
The
twice.
second time around, yeah,
No, both times.
because they let the Leicester City game play.
yeah, because it's not a big fixture. United versus Liverpool versus United versus Leicester. How
Yeah,
many
that would
people
bring.
tune into
What they're
that?
trying to do is hurt the Glazers' pocket because that game would bring more money, more viewership, and whatnot. No, but like I didn't even watch the Leicester City game.
Kind of was going to lose, ain't it?
Yo, from me see the lineup, me just say, yeah, me good gym dog.
But in all fairness to Man U and their lineup against Leicester, the youth didn't play that bad, you know. Honestly, the
It
youth
was
didn't play
just
that bad.
2-1. It's not like I got destroyed. I almost got a point from the game. If
That's
Matic
what
never
I'm
dropped
saying.
down, I had a man all over his back.
Pause.
Pause.
All
Yeah.
right,
Big pause.
okay, okay. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. Pemberton, thanks for joining us. We have
No
two
problem,
Prem
no
champions here, Munchie and Moy. I say congratulations to them. The FA Cup finals is the weekend. I think Europa is in the week. That's how we go.
Is that,
Europe
I
League
think
finals
it's
in the
the
week.
The
other week.
26th.
The other week. Okay,
26.
the other
Next
week.
week.
Okay, fair enough. And then we have the Champions League to look forward to. So exciting times. We're coming to the end of the season. Let's see if Tuchel can win 2 trophies that he has in front of him. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. That's
Oh,
it for
Shaq.
Ireland fan.
Yeah,
Yeah, Munch.
Shaq, you
Yeah.
ignored the League Cup. Come on. You only
What
said
League Cup?
Prem
Talking about the
champion.
league. Oh,
But we don't talk about that, Munchie.
No, the League
Yo.
Cup, Carabao
Yo,
Cup.
stop.
You said
Yo,
we have
Thank
one
you
Premier
for
League Cup.
joining us tonight on Ireland fans. And we've had the Premier League champions and the Carabao Cup champions here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for
Now
watching
come.
Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.